hip hop.
So this channel is called Exposing the IWC. So every once in a while, I want to come on here and let you guys know what's going on in the internet wrestling community. Today, we're going to be talking about a war between Liv Morgan fans and Becky Lynch fans. What's going on? Why is there a war? Well, the two fan bases want their fave to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. These two fan bases have been arguing for months, okay? Long before the Royal Rumble. Rhea has been champion since last year's WrestleMania. And spoiler alert, she's gonna walk into this year's Mania champion. So someone has got to face her, and that is where this whole debate stems from. In this video, I'm gonna break down the arguments for these two to face Rhea Ripley, and I'll give you my thoughts overall. So I'm gonna break this down and I'll be as neutral as I can. I'm not a stan. I like Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. So I'm gonna give you an honest, neutral perspective on this, okay? Let's start with Becky Lynch. So why does Becky Lynch fans feel Becky should face Rhea at WrestleMania? Well, they believe Becky Lynch is the bigger name. The matchup would be more marquee. It's more box office, right? Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, it's just the better matchup in terms of name value. To that, I would agree. Becky Lynch is definitely a bigger name than Liv Morgan. That match would be more box office, I would have to say. They also believe that Becky Lynch is more likely to give you a good match. She's delivered the goods at WrestleMania before, and they're confident that she can do it again. For example, the one against Bianca at WrestleMania 38, right? So they believe that she's more likely to deliver a great match. Another argument for Becky would be they've been teasing it for a while. Triple H does this thing where he'll tease and tease and tease, and he's done that repeatedly with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. Recently, at the kickoff event for WrestleMania 40, he had Becky Lynch as a surprise guest, and she faced off with Rhea Ripley. At this point, the teasing has been so much, it's obvious you can't swerve now because it would be pretty ridiculous. So they've teased the hell out of it. It's the more marquee match, and Becky Lynch is more likely to deliver. They think Becky Lynch is the bigger star, point blank, period. They feel like they've kept Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley apart for a long time because this was the end game. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley on the grandest stage of them all. So that's some of the reasons why Becky Lynch fans feel like their girl should be in that match. Now, what are some of the counterpoints? Well, Liv Morgan fans will argue that the WWE universe is tired, okay?
I'm tired. The WWE universe is tired. Everybody is tired of seeing the same woman get chance after chance after chance.
They're tired of the same people in the same big matches over and over. They'll argue that it's time for Liv Morgan to get that spot because she's a fresh face and a new person in the WrestleMania main event scene. They feel like Becky Lynch has gotten plenty of opportunities and now it's time for the new blood, i.e. Liv Morgan, to get that spot. That's one thing they'll say. Alright, so how about Liv Morgan? Why do her fans feel like she should be the one to take on Rhea Ripley? Well, they believe she has the better story. She has history with Rhea Ripley, right? They were a tag team before Rhea Ripley turned on her. Liv Morgan is the last person to pin Rhea Ripley. What else? Rhea Ripley is the reason why Liv Morgan and Raquel lost their tag titles. Rhea Ripley is also the kayfabe reason why Liv Morgan has been out with an injury this entire time. Liv Morgan hates Rhea Ripley. She's back for the sole purpose of revenge. She's calling it the Revenge Tour. Liv Morgan wants to take everything away from Rhea. Her singular focus, her sole purpose is to make Rhea Ripley pay.
How much did Rhea Ripley taking you out and you wanting to get that revenge motivate you to get back to WWE while you were at home?
It's all I thought about. She quite literally took everything from me. And so it is safe to say that it is all I thought about. She's definitely doing her thing, and I would love nothing more than to take everything away from her like she took everything away from me.
They believe the story argument is all they need. In their eyes, it's the superior story. Right now, Becky Lynch wants to face Rhea Ripley to prove herself. Becky Lynch's story with Rhea started off with her saying that she thinks Rhea might be better than her.
I think you might be better than me.
That has kind of morphed and turned into Rhea has never faced anyone like me, and I'm the man, and the man is going to prove that she's better. It's just been weird. Currently, there isn't much meat on the bone when it comes to story between Rhea Ripley and Becky. But the hope is once she wins the Elimination Chamber, they can cook up some kind of story that is interesting and compelling. But for right now, there isn't much there beyond teasing and face-offs and the hope of a great match. At least that's what Liv Morgan fans are saying. Folks who would argue that Liv Morgan should not have that spot against Rhea Ripley will say that Triple H does not rate her. He doesn't see her on the same level as a Becky Lynch or a Bianca Belair. I would push back on that a bit. It's clear at this point that Triple H wants to elevate Liv Morgan. He sees her as a star and wants to book her as a big deal to a certain extent, right? She was the back-to-back Royal Rumble runner-up. That's not nothing, okay? That's something. She got the coveted 30 spot at this year's Royal Rumble. He sees her as a star. How big a star? Her upside? We don't know. But it's clear he wants to elevate Liv. So I'll push back on the notion that Triple H does not rate Liv. He does. So when it comes down to it, that's really what the big talking points are. It's Becky Lynch is the bigger star and more people want to see that match versus, hey, Liv Morgan has the better story and it's time for someone new. Okay, so here are my thoughts. My thoughts don't really matter. What's going to happen is Becky Lynch will face Rhea Ripley. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. They've teased it so much. If it doesn't happen, it's booking malpractice, all right? You went and had them face off at the WrestleMania kickoff event, pretty much letting us all know that Becky Lynch is winning the chamber, so you might as well just follow through and make it happen. Becky Lynch is competing in her first ever Elimination Chamber, and I think she's going to win it. Yeah, so I'm sure Liv Morgan fans would love to hear two horsewomen winning the two big matches, Bayley winning the Royal Rumble and Becky winning the chamber. But I honestly believe that's what's going to happen. If I was to believe Liv Morgan was facing Rhea Ripley at Mania to fulfill her revenge tour, they would be having more segments and more interactions now. That is not happening because they're putting off the revenge tour until after WrestleMania, okay? So this is how I see it. I see Becky Lynch facing Rhea Ripley at Mania and losing, all right? And this is where I may have both fans hating me. I think Liv Morgan will face Rhea Ripley at Backlash. She will also lose. So in my eyes, Rhea Ripley beats Becky Lynch at Mania and Liv Morgan loses to Rhea at Backlash. Liv Morgan is talking about this revenge tour. She has to have a chance at Rhea, okay? That has to happen. It would be silly to lean into this revenge tour for Liv Morgan and not let her have a chance at revenge. And the only way she has a chance at revenge is if she can take away something from Rhea, and that will be her belt. All right. So Rhea will still be champion when Liv Morgan faces her. The issue is she will not be facing her at Mania. That spot is clearly and obviously, almost annoyingly so, going to Becky Lynch. So Liv Morgan will have her chance at Backlash. Does that make sense? I have both of them losing, and that'll be it. I honestly believe Liv Morgan should turn heel after losing to Rhea. I believe her push would have more legs as a heel, so that's the direction they should go with Liv. Becky, it seems to me, I could be wrong, I could be crazy, but it seems to me that Becky may be going to more of a part-time role. I could be crazy, I could be wrong, but I believe after she puts over Rhea Ripley at Mania, Becky Lynch may go on a bit of a break. She may be more of a part-timer going forward. I don't know that for a fact. That's just what my gut tells me. Based on her promos and the vibe I'm getting from her, I think she may be wrestling less dates going forward, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. But all in all, I think this debate is silly at this point. I think it's obvious what they're doing. Whether you like it or not, I think they're going in the direction of Becky Lynch at Mania. So if that's the case, then maybe Liv Morgan can get her shot afterwards at Backlash before the WWE draft. I am hopeful both of these fan bases can cut it out and just let it go and see how it plays out. For the folks who are hoping for a triple threat, I want to say just stop, okay? Just stop. Liv Morgan would be there to take the pin, okay? Don't do that to Liv. Don't wish that for Liv. Let Liv Morgan have her own match, her own separate PLE away from Becky. That'll be better for Liv to shine. Let Liv Morgan have her own one-on-one match with Rhea. No triple threat, please. Liv Morgan would just take the pin. What are your thoughts, guys? Who do you want to see face Rhea Ripley? Do you want to see Becky Lynch? Do you want to see Liv Morgan? Honestly, naming anyone else is a waste of time. It's going to be one of these two. It's not going to be Bianca. It's not going to be Jade. It will be Becky Lynch, most likely, all right? So, in conclusion, if I'm booking this, Becky Lynch would get the Mania match. You've been teasing it. You might as well do it now. Liv Morgan will get her shot at revenge at Backlash. She will lose, then turn heel, and then Bianca Belair is drafted to the same show as Rhea, and we get the Bianca Belair-Rhea feud that Triple H clearly has been saving. I believe when the Bianca Belair-Rhea Ripley feud kicks off, Rhea will still be champion. That's my plan. That's what I would do.
Feels correct. Feels correct.
What say you? What are your thoughts? Like the video, comment below, please subscribe, and I will talk to you later.
Kip up!